So I'm Tiffany Hanson. I'm one of the hosts of COOLTURA, the new season of COOLTURA. What the show is about is parang we're going to feature different places here in the Philippines and get to know more what these places are all about through its culture.
Okay, I'm Kevin La Peña. I know that I'm a television and events host and a travel professional. So I've been hosting for more or less about 11 years already, both on television and live events. But then I've been a travel professional for about 7 to 8 years already, which started when I hosted a travel program with the president now of IBC13, Kat De Castro, when we still had a show on ABS-CBN called Trip na Trip. Eventually, after that, I transitioned to managing a travel publication, producing content for print, eventually producing content, travel shows for television, which I also write, produce, direct, and host. So it was very relevant for me and very appropriate for me to actually also take on a project, being that, this is a travel program.
Since you are starting a new season for COOLTURA, for those who are not aware or just tuning in IBC13, what is COOLTURA all about and how it is conceptualized?
COOLTURA is one of the, cornerstone programs on IBC13, which started in 2011, 8 years ago. But the thing with it was that they only shot one season, and then they just kept on replaying it up until now. That's why, as part of the effort of revamping the channel itself, they wanted to revamp one of its main programs, which is COOLTURA. So now the production level is higher. We want to cater to a wider audience because we also have social media and the internet. We'd like to reach the younger markets of millennials, young professionals that also want to travel or that already know how to travel but want to know more about the places around the Philippines.
Do you have like any specific segments or features in COOLTURA that people or most of the millennials nowadays can tune in?
I think one thing is that we make it more. So one thing about COOLTURA is we make it more easy access kung paano kami, how we get to those places. It's easier, it's more viable. The places we feature as well and what these places have is something everyone can relate, not only the millennials. And that's what we want to show and what we want to feature.
Yeah, and the good part about it is, when you say COOLTURA, it involves a lot of elements with each destination. So it includes local cuisine, beliefs, traditions, practices, festivals that they have in that area that we're featuring, which is all what we include in our features as well. So there's a variety of things that we feature that might appeal to the older market. There's a part of the features that will appeal to those that want to, maybe that are more interested in the food. May mga adventure aspect din siya. That's why, there are different touch points that we can relate with when it comes to the broad audience that we cater to.
To excite more our audience, can you share to us your experiences while shooting for COOLTURA?
One of the things that comes to mind is, and this is one of the biggest influencers for people to travel, especially in the Philippines and especially in the younger market. Even as superficial as it may sound, gusto nila mag-travel kasi Instagrammable siya. So rest assured that the places that we feature are those that are very visually appealing, but more importantly, substantial siya in the form of experiences as well. Maraming mga adventure aspects din ito, which is what you're going to see also in the pilot episode this Tuesday, April 30, where we're featuring Tanay. For those that haven't been to Tinipak River yet, Tinipak is I've been told this is the proper pronunciation there. Yeah, Tinipak. It's a very strong come on because even though it's a tourist destination, a primary tourist destination, it is still considered as an emerging tourist spot. So there are still a lot of people that might not be familiar with a place, pero kapag napanood mo kasi yan, I'm sure you would want to visit it as well. So in any form of engaging content such as that, that's the big come on to the features that we do.
Yeah, so in Cultura, we will expect you also not only on the culture, but also on the food, what is the most specialty in Tanay, something like that. So, and what are the other features or locations that is already on your platforms in the coming days or on the next episodes of Cultura?
Yeah, just to disclose what we've shot so far. So far we've shot 4 episodes already, right? Both of which, 2 episodes have been in different municipalities in Rizal, and 2 in Antipolo and Calamba. All right, and in the pipeline, what we have soon is Baguio, Baler, hopefully somewhere further away. We discussed concerning the idea of Palawan. And Batanes, because Chris has not been to Palawan yet, which is why we definitely want to bring her there.
Would you also be giving some tips to our travelers on the show?
Yes, we do have some tips on how they can save or how to make the travel easier. Basically, it's showing people that traveling is not that hard. With what we have now, with the different platforms we have, it's easier for us to travel now, and it's easier for us to research about the place that we want to go to, we want to visit, what we need to know before visiting. It also helps a lot, and it saves a lot of time when we do that before traveling.
Currently, Chris, what we enjoy most in
When I travel.
doing this show?
Eating the different kinds of cuisines.
So what have you tried?
Well, the places I've been to has only been Antipolo and Calamba. We've tried the kakanin, different kinds of kakanin, especially in Antipolo, it's just right beside the church. I love their suman with the coconut jam. They also have cashew. I just enjoy eating. So whatever they put on the table, I just try it.
I like how you remember every single thing that you ate during the shoot.
Of course, it's food, so I always remember that.
We'd like to provide a spectrum of activities that people can actually do for themselves. You can do easy hikes. We feature easy hikes all the way up to very strenuous activities such as there is an adventure camp that we featured also in Rizal where they had different activities and obstacles that I personally had to do myself. So with that, not everybody could do that. Ako nahirapan talaga ako, and I'm a very active person. So it provides everybody of different fitness levels to or experience levels to be able to appreciate as well.
But maybe we can also visit different countries and how we can bridge the gap and how different and similar each culture is from the different countries.
Yeah, definitely. The primary objective now is to feature the Philippines and kung ano meron tayo dito. But again, being that we are a travel program, so long as there is an opportunity to broaden the scope of those that we feature, definitely masasama namin yun. Anything that is relevant, anything that we feel we need to communicate or the people would want to hear from us, isasama din namin yun sa pipeline namin in the future.
What's the medium, by the way? Is it going to be in full English, or will there be like times that you're going to speak in Filipino as well?
The anchor language is Filipino, of course. But if you want to make it relatable, kasi Taglish is really the way to go. So you try to make sure. It's just like talking to someone. Yung kaibigan mo, di naman malalim na Tagalog the whole time. So it's as casual and conversational as we can, but of course, rooted pa rin sa Tagalog.
Do you think that that's going to be like a problem?
There was an article actually that came out, no? I don't know if you read it, that there was a study that they did that says if you are too good looking, it's detrimental to one's career. And I suppose that is where you are coming from. But I don't want to delve into details, but I suppose it would not translate here, especially because one of the objectives of them, when I say them, the team, right? One of the objectives of the team, the program, is to get people to host who they feel the audience can relate. So it doesn't necessarily mean that we're well made up right now, being that this is a press conference, that we cannot get down and dirty during the shoots that we do. If you see Chris on camera, she's very relatable, adventurous talaga si Chris. Matutuwa ka panoorin si Chris when you watch her. She's a very pleasing personality to pick up information on. And I'd like to think I have the same draw as well.
May namisi din ba kayo when it...
Yes, a while ago we mentioned Palawan and Batanes because we were asked kung anong places na gusto namin i-visit. And me, having not been able to visit Palawan yet, I openly said na Palawan. And then Kevin naman said Batanes, he would want to visit it. And, you know, Ms. Captain Castro is very excited also to know. And somehow, she placed those names in the list. So hopefully we can, you know, put everything together and make it happen. And we're very excited with that. Because the beautiful thing about this is that the team, they're very open also. They listen to us when we have opinions. And they're very open. They just try to understand also. But in our case, we understand the limitations of what we can do.
Yeah, to take away from that, I suppose it's worth sharing also that the team behind the program, the producers, the writers, us included, this is a very good team that we have because it's a very organic, a very open group of people that we've been able to put together. Kasi the chain of command isn't too strict in the sense that, you know, we're just, the two of us are just waiting kung ano yung utusan sa amin dalawa. What we feel we can contribute, what we feel we can share, the development, the episodes that we're going to put together, of course, everything is on the table for discussion. So long as it's beneficial for the program and feasible to execute, everyone and everything is open to that. Which is why Palawan, kanina pinag-usapan lang namin yun. And then now, it's part of the concept already. Batanes, being that it's difficult to reach, basta lang magawa na namin ng paraan yan. It's definitely in the pipeline as well.
Will there be celebrities na mag-guest sa show nyo?
Yung star power alone nakain na ni Chris kasi kaya.
I'm not so sure about it, but we were asked also who would we want.
Like for every episode, may mga...
Like what we said, the team is very open. Siguro eventually, we can have guests come in and host the show with us also. But for season 1, it's basically an introduction of the new season of Cultura. So for now it's gonna be just me and Kevin, but hopefully we will be enough to entertain you guys. But yeah.
You are enough every single day, Chris. Yeah, baby steps for now. You know, we're getting ahead of ourselves if we think about, you know, every episode my guests. Of course, if there is a relevant and a relevant opportunity to be able to have someone come on, then of course, why not? But then for now, I suppose the immediate approach here is to establish the program itself. And to establish the both of us, Chris and I, in presenting the program individually and with each other.
Will there be people that you're gonna talk to, like maybe persons who are actually in the vicinity of where you're going? Is that one of the things that you are gonna do, or you have done in the coming episodes?
Yes, we did have interviews with the owners of the parks that we visited, or the local government, or the tourism in the provinces that we visited, and some local people also.
Yeah, what I always like to say is the beauty of the way that we present the program is it's a very experiential platform that we share with everybody, because you get to see and experience the places that we feature for yourselves through us. But not only that, you get to hear from the people that live there themselves. So it's very immersive in that sense, not only because we present it to you, but you get to hear it firsthand also from the locals.
Do you have any challenges right now shooting these shows?